of the young people of our republic. And as I have said lately, that the single biggest asset that we have as a nation is our human capital. That human capital is 75% young, and therefore the single biggest resource is our human capital represented by our young people. And that is why I am very happy this morning to join you in witnessing another milestone in digital transformation journey of the banking and financial sector. This occasion is indeed unique because what is being launched goes beyond the regular offerings of our local fintech. Fingo Africa application aims to become Africa's first youth-centered and purely digital bank. Ecobank, a large banking institution with Pan-African footprints, has set out to leverage digital fintech and diversify its product offering, and thus attract a young generation of digital clientele. I want to tell my good friend Jeremy and the Ecobank team, very big congratulations for believing in our young people. To satisfy this emerging cohort of Generation Z and post-millennial clients, institutions have to get capacity to adapt effectively and efficiently at all levels and across enterprises. Kenya will be championing, because we already are, the consolidation of the African market within the framework of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, because in that consolidation of that market exists great opportunity for our continent. And as we do that, we must also build the ecosystem that is going to support the coming together of the African people, of the African market, so that we can begin the journey to contribute our share in African trade, in Africa entrepreneurship, and also making it possible for the millions of young people in this continent. We are the youngest continent. We are the continent of the future. As was said here ably, by 2050, a quarter of the world's population will be living in this continent. And we need to work towards ensuring that the youngest continent with the most creative, innovative labor force provides opportunities for the future. And I have told the Ministry of Finance that Kenya will lead the way in supporting enterprises, medium and small, by making sure that we also support the possibility and the current drive towards having a Pan-African payment system, so that we can be able to trade, we can be able to transact in the African continent irrespective of the currencies of every country. It should be possible for us to do business, to sell, trade with African countries without minding whether this is their currency or that is their currency. That is the possibility that the Pan-African payment system gives us, and Kenya will champion so that we can eliminate the roadblocks and the hurdles that our business people and our entrepreneurs undergo when they try to trade across boundaries. Our entire bottom-up agenda for economic transformation is aimed at creating tens of millions of new jobs to absorb the many young, skilled Kenyans who graduate from our tertiary institutions every year, and to radically enhance the productivity of our labor. Yesterday, I launched a new funding mechanism for our higher education, both in our TVETs and in our universities. Because to sharpen our human capital, to equip our young people with what it takes to be productive, to be effective, is for us to have an education system that is accessible, that is of high quality, but also that is relevant. And we cannot do that unless we have a predictable funding mechanism. As we all know, that space around university, college, TVET education has suffered for about 15 years because of underfunding. And with it, with underfunding, we've had challenges. We've had issues with lecturers, with suppliers, and to a great extent, it has had an effect on the quality of our education. I did undertake that because I consider human capital and our young people as the biggest asset that we have as a nation, it is important for government to deploy adequate resources to make sure that our young people get relevant, quality, accessible training and education. And that is the purpose of the program and the new funding model that I launched yesterday, that is going to not only increase the amount of money available for the training and teaching and education of our young people, but it is going to be predictable and it is going to be timely. The job creation mandate that we have falls upon every pillar of our transformation agenda, with special focus on the digital superhighway and creative economy, the MSME transformation, agriculture and agro-industrial value chains, and the affordable housing program. We have an ambitious program, the digital superhighway and creative economy agenda, aimed at developing 100,000 kilometers of fiber optic infrastructure to connect learning institutions, government institutions, health facilities, even up to every ward in the Republic of Kenya. This initiative will facilitate the creation of 25,000 free public hotspots, 1,450 digital innovation hubs, and the connection of over 40,000 learning institutions across the country. We are rolling out this digital infrastructure because, as was said ably by my good brother there, technology is going to leapfrog our continent into the future. And to be able to make it possible for millions of young people to use technology, it is necessary for us to provide the infrastructure, the digital infrastructure, access to the internet that will make it easy and possible for millions of young people to access opportunities, to do business. And that is why we are deploying this one pillar of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda as the digital superhighway. I have seen the ministry is running with it. The whole of government is focused on it. And as you are all aware, we did undertake that we are going to move government to the digital space. 6 months ago, we had only 320 government services available in the digital space. Today, we have 3,000, and I am committed that by next month, I am informed by both the Ministry of ICT and the Ministry of Interior that we will have 5,000 services by 30th of May, and by the end of this year, all government services will be available online. The single biggest asset that we have as a nation is our human capital. That human capital is 75% young, and therefore the single biggest resource is our human capital represented by our young people. And that is why I am very happy this morning to join you in witnessing another milestone in digital transformation journey of the banking and financial sector. This occasion is indeed unique because what is being launched goes beyond the regular offerings of our local fintech. Fingo Africa application aims to become Africa's first youth-centered and purely digital bank. Ecobank, a large banking institution with Pan-African footprints, has set out to leverage digital fintech and diversify its product offering, and thus attract a young generation of digital clientele.